This playthrough is rated T for teen.
Look at us now. We were once but a elven sorceress of level 1 with like the barest minimals of clothing and not but a few coins to our name. And with the help of a busty barmaid named Eldrith or whatever. It's been forever since sorry, I forgot her name. We were able to kill some rats, and now we are killing golems, fighting great creatures of lore in our full plate mail, our Onyx weapon at the ready, and an arrow full of like just a ton of arrows, and we're ready to go. And we've got the masterful ball lightning and the Mordenkainen sword ready to go. Will we be able to defeat this Eldritch and continue on? Let's find out in today's finale of Baldur's Gate Dark Alliance. We must enter the Hall of Remembrance to continue forward. Yes, we are at the end, folks. Like, we got this final area to go, and that's it. So this is the big lead up to it. Now, I'll talk about a bit more, not so much about Eldrith herself, but a bit how we're missing some information about it. What's going on here? Ghosts. But why? Nothing here. What the? Invisible doorways. But why? What is in here? No creatures to speak of? That would be strange indeed, to have the final area of the game be nothing but emptiness. And almost like it's almost like a spot to fill up all of your equipment before the final battle because it wouldn't let you go back. Yes, strange indeed. It's almost like the game designers kind of knew what they were doing at this point. Nah. I've played too many games where they don't know what they're talking about. This must be lies. Lies! Not true. Not true. But yeah, I think there might be some enemies left, but for the most part, this is like a final, like, get everything and prepare to go, which I kind of wish there was like one more enemy I could fight because I'm like right on the edge of the level. Like, oh my god, like 33 experience. I need something, game. Anyway, can I get like a quest objective to say, hey, what I'm supposed to do? But yeah, who are these ghosts? What are they? What are they doing here anyway? It's like, nope, got some weird slowdown going on, so maybe too many ghosts to handle. I ain't afraid of no ghost. This might be a good time to like kind of consider like what last minute like things I want to drop before we continue on to the final. Like if I want to keep any items and maybe pick up a few more arrows or whatnot. But yeah, not much here at all. Oh, a talking skelly ghost thingy, Keladin. Who's that? Let's find out.
Your feet, they echo upon the flagstones. Your breath stirs the dust. Who are you who walk this hall in the flesh?
Well, I'm an elf sorceress, and I already forgot my name because I need to look at the inventory screen, but I'm a elf lady thing, so yes. Who are you?
In life, I was Keladon, first captain of the Company of the Westering Sun. In death, I am nothing. The dead have no titles.
Or tell no tales, but yet you're talking anyway. What is this place?
You stand within the Hall of Remembrance. I am one of its many prisoners, all soldiers of the Westering Sun, all fallen in battle, all slain by treachery.
I assume by your boss, Eldritch.
Our spirits are shackled to the walls and shadows of this tower. We are doomed to stand, to remember, and to wait for Eldrith's release. And our own.
Oh, Eldrith. Sorry. I kept calling her Eldritch for some reason. I guess is the way the text is a little blurry. Eldrith, how did this come to happen? Keldon. I have a little time for this. Eldrith.
Who is Eldrith? Much time has passed, I see, for how many names to have been ground beneath time's heel. Have you not heard of Eldrith the Betrayer, the traitress of swords, Eldrith of the Westering Sun? That she has been forgotten is irony of a sort.
Yeah, I was about to say at some point, like, why are we trying to fight this? I mean, other than just it ties into the gates, like, what really do we know about this lady other than she's in our way? Well, we finally get an answer at the very end. Although there is something in the manual, I might read that later before we fight her. There is something in the manual that describes her as well to kind of give you an idea of what you're doing. But yeah, for the longest time, we're like, why do we have to fight her now? Other than the gates and Dark Alliance and everything like that. Yeah, don't have time for tales. I need to reach Eldrith and stop Eldrith before it's too late. No, we're gonna go on. I'd hear more about Eldrith.
Eldrith was one of the greatest generals of the Sword Coast, commander of the Company of the Westering Sun, sworn sword and defender of Baldur's Gate.
Now, as a D&D aficionado, even though I'm not an expert, I've never actually heard of her before this game. She probably is. I mean, this game's been pretty good about taking lore from the world and adding into it for those who know about it. If you don't, then it's just part of the world. But I don't remember her at all. Maybe she is. Maybe she's from a book or from a module or something like that, but I'm not aware of. So, but maybe they just made her up for this game. Who knows?
She served with honor and distinction in the first and last seasons of the Sundering War, the Crescent Port Siege, and finally, the campaign against the Black Horde. In all these battles, she was victorious.
Until she became evil.
Where she led, we followed. Glory drew us, loyalty kept us, and we were proud to serve beneath her banner. Our lives were hers. And our deaths were hers.
Must be a different set of mentality, because I couldn't even think about dying for someone like this. Like, no matter how awesome they were, but I guess it's just different people and places. But Keldon, I don't have time for tales. I need to oh, that's the same one. Never mind. What led to your deaths and hers?
I do not know when pride burrowed into her heart, but it poisoned her. It was a poison I did not see until it was too late. Eldrith had fought too many battles, achieved too many victories, and she had come to see the city of Baldur's Gate as her own.
So, as like her place of stay, or that she owned it? What happened?
On the day of the Great Betrayal, and the last day of the campaign against the Black Horde, I left my wife within the walls of Baldur's Gate, where she would be safe, and told her I would return. She was one of the most beautiful elven maids I have ever known. There are times when I feel as if I hear her singing for me still, waiting for my return.
Yeah, it's a nice callback to the singing, the tavern at the very beginning of the game. Yeah, that's his wife. Oh, well, there she goes. It says right there. But yeah, like, you thought that was just some random thing, which could have been. It would have been viable, but usually in games, there's usually like a setup and a payoff. In this case, there's a payoff to that. I think I met your wife, Keldon. She has passed on, yet her spirit still sings for your return within Baldur's Gate.
Then I fear her spirit shall never be laid to rest while I am trapped here. My wife, to think that she suffers still, and for my sake.
How long ago had this been? Because elves live for a very long time, at least in Forgotten Realms anyway, so... Oh, maybe she died of grief, or sickness, or something like that. Never mind. What happened on the final day of the Great Betrayal?
Our company took the field against the Horde, and scattered them, even though the orcs and goblins outnumbered us 5-1. Still, in the rout, almost half their forces survived and fled the field. Eldrith was determined to pursue them. The Dukes of Baldur's Gate refused.
Maybe they didn't want to thin out their ranks or something, or thin out their numbers just in case they came back or something. But then again, taking out now would have been more efficient. But yeah, it's like, why?
Too many good soldiers had been lost, the Dukes told us. They and the people wanted no more of blood and death, and they felt the Horde would not return.
I mean, goblins will return eventually, maybe, well, in greater numbers, depending. But true, if they lost so many, they probably wouldn't even try it again. They'd probably wait like a long time, build up their numbers again. So if the Horde did return, it'd probably be way far in the future, but who knows? What did Eldrith do?
Eldrith was furious. Even though we had lost many men, she felt it was better we deal a death blow to the Horde and ensure they never threaten Baldur's Gate again. And so she defied the Dukes and led us to our deaths.
Oh, good. What a leader.
Already weakened, we chanced upon one of the straggling bands of the Horde and cornered them within the Dosiah's Cleft. It was tactical brilliance in trapping them within the canyon. But in doing so, we gave them no choice but to fight us.
Well, you know, the whole, cornered rat and all that.
Backed into a corner, the Horde proved more vicious than we had anticipated. Eldrith, fearing of losing the field, sent a messenger back to Baldur's Gate for reinforcements before the Horde broke free of her trap.
Reinforcements to the place that didn't want you to go doing that in the first place. Yeah, I see where this is going. Oh, what happened to with the reinforcements?
The reinforcements never came, and the Horde overran us. Eldrith survived. I survived. Many of the company of the Westering Sun did not. Now there are many graves within the Dosias Cleft, and much of the ground there is strewn with bones of our soldiers, mixed with the orcs and goblinoids.
Oh, what a fun way to die. Or where you're at, anyway.
Eldrith became a thing, a creature consumed by fury. Wounded, she returned to Baldur's Gate to demand an audience with the dukes. Instead, she was met at the gates and told that for her disobedience upon the battlefield, the walls of Baldur's Gate would be forever closed to her and the Westering Sun.
Well, that was kind of dickish. I mean, there was teaching her a lesson, and then just like, I mean, all her men got killed. So I think at that point, you got, all right, you can come in. But I guess they were afraid that she was gonna, kick him right in the groin. What happened then?
Eldrith, she gathered us, all of us who remained, all of us who had sworn to serve her, and she ordered our broken company to attack the walls of her city. She swore she would take it from the dukes, make it hers, and put the dukes to the sword. It would be justice, she said. Justice. It was suicide.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like from this side, too.
We were slain almost to the man, and we were driven from the city, hounded by the remaining troops of Baldur's Gate. We knew no rest, no peace, and they pursued us for leagues upon leagues, all the way to the marsh of Chalimber. They feared Eldrith's wrath so greatly that they were determined that she should not escape alive.
Well, yeah, the Horde, yeah, they could have been scared to, like, not coming back, but her, yeah, she looked like she was too pissed off.
I died here in the marsh of Chalimber, and so did all that remained of the company of the Westering Sun. Eldrith was the last to die, brought low by crossbowmen and archers, men who feared to come within reach of her sword.
That's just tactics, man. No reason to go into a sword fight if you have a gun, pretty much. Like, that's what I would do. Anyway, but I don't care about honor and all that other stuff. So she still lives? How?
Even against death, Eldrith's fury prevailed. Now she lives again, a creature of terrible power and terrible anger. In her eyes, she sees nothing but Baldur's Gate in flames.
Well, at least she has life goals. Keldon, I need to know how to reach Eldrith and stop her before she causes any more harm.
You will find her at the top of this tower, at her watch, waiting for battle. She knows you are here, and she has attempted to seal you within this hall, as the stones of the Onyx Tower obey her will.
So that's why we can't recall out and all that. That makes sense.
But even as she is the mistress of the tower, our spirits are part of the tower as well. I shall allow the stones of this hall to part so that you may reach her, and I pray, kill her for the last time.
Yay! Oh, and of course, wait, would it be more appropriate if a person from Baldur's Gate killed her instead of... Because technically we're not from Baldur's Gate, we're just an adventurer who arrived in Baldur's Gate. Now, is that appropriate? Not appropriate? I'm not sure. I shall go to meet her then. I shall see to it that you and your soldiers are free, Keldon. No, there may still be some chance to reason with her. We shall see. Yeah, I doubt it.
She is past the point of reason. She has become a creature of vengeance, and battle is all she understands now. Even in life, she was prideful and stubborn. Now, vengeance has made her heart a stone.
She become a vengeance in battle? So does she wear battle on her body? The armor battle? The battle of armor? That's a reference to, like, what is it, Faxanadu or whatever. I shall go meet her, then I shall see to it you and your soldiers are free, Keldon.
I pray the gods favor you. If not, then I fear no one shall be able to stop her.
Only a lone sorceress, not another player that would have been here like the archer or the dwarf. Nope, just me. If I defeat Eldrith, however, the tower will still be sealed. How can I escape?
Eldrith's will is tied to the tower. Surely you know that when she is slain, this tower will die as well. It will fall into the elemental plane of fire and be consumed. You cannot escape this tower while she lives, and not after she is dead. Can you not use the way you entered to escape?
Yeah, about that. Plane of water, can't breathe, you know, yada, yada, yada. No, entering the tower is a one-way trip. Are you sure there's no other way out?
The tower itself touches many places, other planes of existence, even creates gates to them. Perhaps there is some manner by which these gates may be used to escape. But I do not know.
Even though you've been here forever, but whatever. Hopefully it's not to the plane of fire, air, earth, wind, or, you know, other nasty places, but or the Underdark or something like that. We've already been there. Does Eldrith have any weaknesses that you know of?
She is a creature of death now. Great powers are hers to command. If you go to face her, then you must be ready in both mind and body. Take your greatest weapons, arm your mightiest spells. That is all the advice I can offer you.
Except Eldrith is almost immune to lightning ball, but what do I know?
Be careful should you choose to lock steel with her. Eldrith was one of the greatest swordsmen ever known, and hers is a murderous will. Be careful you do not approach within striking distance of her blade, or the battle will be over for you.
Oh, great. No melee, huh? Well, unless you're the dwarf fighter.
Still, Eldrith has given much of herself and her spirit to this tower so she could command it. Perhaps you may find strength to defeat her by turning this link against her.
Go on.
If this tower is linked to her, then a blade forged from the walls of this tower and constructed on the Black Forge may be your greatest weapon.
It is a great weapon, but it's not required, actually. He's talking about the Onyx blade we already have in our inventory. But yeah, you actually don't need the blade to fight her. It almost makes it sound like you need it, but no, you can fight her with whatever weapons you've been getting from the tower itself, which I guess technically could be part of the tower from it being dropped, but no, you don't need the Onyx blade specifically, so arrows and all that would work, or if I had a two-handed greatsword or something like that, so. Is there any other way you can help me, Keldon?
I wish that we could, but we are trapped here in this hall and cannot leave. We will pray for you, stranger, as we pray for all Baldur's Gate. May the gods watch over you.
And they're actually real in this world. They do watch us. Can you guard me while let's see. We were that. We're kind of. I think we were told that. That is the same. We already asked her that, so you can ask him to let you sleep.
Our spirits will watch over you, little brother. We will shield you from her eyes and keep you.
Why does it say little brother? It says my friend in the subtitle. Huh. Whatever. You'd think that would be different. Like, maybe they didn't want to, like, maybe they didn't want to re-record extra dialogue for if you choose the sorceress or the dwarf or whatever. But yeah, they finally give an explanation of who Eldrith is and everything like that. Because for the last time, we were just told to kill her. I'm like, okay. So, like, no context or anything like that. But yeah, now we know that, you know, she has a hate boner for Baldur's Gate, so we got to defeat her. Yeah, unfortunately, I got so close to gaining a level. I almost wanted to just go back and, like, try to see if I missed an enemy somewhere on the floor to get that, like, last level to help with so I could get Mornkind's blade up one more. But as far as I'm aware, I've fought everything in the dungeon. So, man, I can't believe if maybe my wisdom was, like, slightly higher, I would have hit that final level. Yeah. Oh well. It makes me wish I'd gained that level. Okay. Well, anyway. Yeah, we're at the final area of the game, so make one last save. Yeah, I guess we'll save it after all that. So this is the final save. Now, before we fight Eldrith herself, I wanted to read something from the manual. I don't have the original manual. I had to look this up before. And it talks about Eldrith. That kind of gave you a description of who you're going to fight, so almost maybe a bit of a preview of what to come. But it's a little, like, read in the text here, so let me see if I can read it. Have you not heard of Eldrith the Betrayer, the traitress of swords, Eldrith of the Westering Sun, that she has been forgotten to an irony of a sort? Eldrith was one of the greatest generals of the Sword Coast, commander of the Company of the Westering Sun, sworn sword and defender of Baldur's Gate. She served with honor and distinction the first and last seasons of the Sundering War, the Crescent Port siege, and finally the campaign against the Black Horde. In all these battles she is victorious. I do not know when pride burrowed into her heart, but it poisoned her. Eldrith had fought too many battles, achieved too many victories, and she had come to see the city of Baldur's Gate as her own. So a lot of this is similar to like what the guy told us. But on the day of the Great Betrayal, Eldrith's company took to the field against the Black Horde and shattered them, even though the orcs and goblins outnumbered the troops 5-1. Actually, this might repeat. I was going to read the whole thing, but a lot of it is repeating. So it's kind of funny how they give you in the calm down, sorceress. Let's see. Actually, it might all be the same, huh? Band. I was gonna read the whole thing, but then I realized maybe. Huh. Okay, never mind. It's basically his speech, the whole thing. Huh. Neat. Okay, never mind then. I was gonna read the whole thing off. I thought a different dialogue. I didn't actually play in this. I just remember reading this earlier, and I was like, oh, okay, cool. Never mind. Sorry about that. All right, time to fight Eldrith's Wrath. God, I really wish I had like got one more level. That. Let me see. Well, since I'm not going to pick up anything anymore, I could probably get rid of the strength rings because, well, I might have to actually get into melee combat with her though because a lot of my magic's not going to work as well. Although that might be more of a reason to put on the protection rings instead of the strength rings. We'll see how the battle goes from there and then kind of figure it out. Might switch to the bow if it comes down to it, so.
So, the dogs of Baldur's Gate once again hound me, and all the way to my sanctuary this time, though it lies a horizon's distance from their walls. Can it be they fear me that much? They have that much wisdom, at least.
Most of them don't even remember he exists. And the only reason I came this far is because someone robbed me. That's it. You know, it just kind of like went over from there. And then the Harpers asked me to do some stuff, and yeah, where are they? Anyway, nice boob armor. Oh, sorry. Now I can ask her questions. We're not here to trade words with you, Eldrith. We are here to stop you. No, we're going to talk to her because why not? Eldrith, your army is scattered. Baldur's Gate knows of your plans. You have nowhere left to run. Surrender.
Surrender? Ha! I who have bested death. I have nothing to fear from you, or Baldur's Gate.
If you say so. I think you have something to fear of a level 16 elf sorcerer. On behalf of Baldur's Gate, I demand you surrender, Eldrith. I want to ask again.
I served Baldur's Gate with all of my first life, only to be repaid with betrayal. They cost me a battle, the lives of my soldiers, and my reputation. Now I am but a sentence or two in a sage's book, a footnote, forever a traitor.
Well, that's how most people are in history. Even the most well-known stuff usually ends up being a couple lines of dialogue, unless you. Well, you know what they say: history is written by the winners.
Now you dare to invade my fortress, demand my surrender? No, I shall not bend my knee to you or them ever. An eternity may die before I would ever consider showing them mercy. As I died, they shall die, alone, betrayed, and forever cursed.
Well, that was kind of your fault. I mean, you decided to have bloodlust in your groin, and you couldn't just lay off and, you know, do something normal like go sleep with some random person instead. No, you gotta have battle, armor, battle, and everything. Anyway, you're done for, Eldrith. If we cannot sway you from your course, then we will stop you, Eldrith.
Then you shall die. I command this tower. I command all within it. All your small victories, all the damage you caused, can be undone.
Well, that's kind of neat. The only thing I don't like is that they don't really do a very good job of explaining like where the tower came from and everything. Like any magics in her will to form it. I guess that's it. Maybe her will was just eventually was so strong she formed it. But I believe it's probably a combination of like efforts from like the Beholder, you know, his group, and then the Dark Elves and everything like that. But what do I know?
Know that as long as I stand, the war against Baldur's Gate shall continue, and I shall be victorious. You may hold the field, dog, but the day is mine.
Trebek?
Now, let us end this.
Your reign of terror ends now. Let's just give her enough time to put on her outfit. For final boss time against Eldrith herself. So let's see if we can actually use this. Nope, yep, she's completely immune to the ball of lightning. Great. Ow! Yeah, I'm dead. See, I told you she's tough. Like, I'm gonna have some trouble with this one. So yeah, she's immune to ball of lightning. So yeah, that kind of sucks. Yeah, that's why I said I was gonna have some difficulty with it with the final encounter, because she does like a ton of damage. Like, did you see how often she hit me? So I think what I'm gonna have to do. Let me see if I can negate that damage a bit. So let's remove the strength rings and put on the rings of protection and see if that'll improve our chances to hit ever better. I could put on the... We'll see how it goes. I think I have to do the... Oh, luckily I can just skip to the end. So there's that at least. The game gives you a... I mean, we still have to do the cutscene and everything with that, but we can skip to the no more trading words and everything like that. So, we're here to stop you.
Dog? Then you... No.
Okay, Rain's here, ends here. Put on the thing again. Yeah, she like did so much damage to me. It's ridiculous. If I had one more level, I would have put Mordekaiser's sword. Actually, it does. I thought it does damage, but maybe it's not. Hold on. Yeah, she throws her weapon at you if you stay too far away. Okay, so it does do damage. See, that's why I wanted to do one more level of Mordekaiser's sword. Ow! Ah! Well, holy crap! She like just busts through my defense. See, actually, let me see if Magic Missile works on her. Oh, right, I can't summon her. Maybe it's because I got too close. Yeah, because she was, like, busting through my, yeah, she was kind of doing this, summon that. Let me see if Magic Missile will work on her. Yeah, it does a little bit of damage. Ow, 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 ow. Oh, my God, yeah, this is... I might just have to cheap her for the... I didn't want to cheap her for the finale, but... Because it's being hard mode, I'm gonna kind of have to do that. So, yeah, I really wish there was like one more. It was like one more little bit of experience, man. But I could go through the whole level again. But I think I've killed every single thing on this. I almost thought about just, like importing a character, going back like a level before, and just killing like one thing. If it comes down to it, maybe, but. Yeah, the way she gets around me just blocking all the time, she does that like combo thing, which eventually it gets through. I'm not sure how it gets your defense other than it does. Which at this point I might have to do something different. Oh yeah, I need to... We'll summon the blade again, but... I almost look like her when you think about it. Because of the way... let's see, I put the protection on, that didn't work. I doubt the regeneration is going to do much either. I might leave the strength rings on, see if I can do any bits of melee damage against her. I just keep letting her throw her sword. I really didn't want to cheat the final bit. She will come after us eventually. Get those little bits of damage as we can. Yeah, this is like a war of attrition really at this point. Every time she throws her blade, I block, you know, until she gets close. But luckily, I guess she only gets close after a certain point. So I can keep, like, magic missiling here. Yeah, see, this is why it's the best, like, magic in the game. She will change, by the way. This isn't her first form. Like all good bosses, she has a final form outside of this. I just have to be careful about using too much of my magic, though. You know, I only have so many, regeneration potions. And I can't go back to that old save and grab those potions. I mean, after we die, of course, if it does happen. Yeah, this is why I wanted one more level of Mordekaiser. I really should have chosen that, but that bolt really helped with those like last little areas, especially that like one golem or whatever. Yeah, kind of like really, if you know what you're doing, you can kind of pathetically like lower her HP down, like. Yeah, I wonder if the game knew about the whole ball lightning thing. That's why they made her immune to the damage. Although you'll probably find out why she's immune to it here in a second. And I don't even think the sword's hitting all the time. I think it's missing every once in a while. I might hold off on that. Oh yeah, it even does like, see how when it hit it did half damage? Maybe that's it. Maybe she just has a high resistance to magic. Because yeah, even my magic missile. Oh, here's the second form. Might Oh yeah, I can't even hurt her in that form. Oh! Oh, she's hitting me with lightning, so... crap. Oh, there's the sword, yeah. Well, now she's not hitting me with lightning anymore. I might be able to, because before she'll like sometimes hit you with lightning and stuff like that. So I have to be kind of careful, like how close I get to her. Yeah, I almost died there for a second. Yeah, and her sword does more. Yeah, after when she hits like, I don't know if it's, I guess it's not, yeah, she turns into her like giant form, and then she does like giant form, and then she does start doing more damage, and sometimes she'll shoot lightning out and stuff like that. I'll get like a little bit closer just so I can see, yeah, when the sword disappears, so I can go back to that. So. Actually, I wonder if the ball lightning works now or not. Probably not. Nope. Okay, just making sure. Yeah, kind of a dick move for the game designers to make like one of the best magics in the game, relatively worthless, basically, at this final bit. So. Yeah, the sword is doing damage, so it is hitting her. Sometimes I feel like it's not actually hitting her. So. Yeah, isn't this kind of sad, folks, that this is how you can beat the final bit of the game? Although it's probably, if I wasn't playing hard, or if I was playing hard, I probably would have, like, realistically, if I had played this properly, what I would have done is I would have played this game on, like, either easy or normal mode first. And then, oh, I need to get slightly closer. Come on, sword. Activate. I thought I was able to hit her before. But the sword when I got close enough, the sword activated. Otherwise, you're worthless, sword. You can't actually attack her while doing this. But, what potions do I have? 20. Okay, I've got plenty. Maybe I should have just, what's the word? Maybe I should have gotten intelligence items and stuff like that. Would have given me more mana for the finale, you know? Yeah, this big bad eating. Yeah, realistically, what I should have. Yeah, realistically, what I should have. I probably should have played normal, easy mode, and then maybe, imported the character, maybe did normal mode, and then imported the character from normal mode into hard mode. She's getting stronger. Yeah, you can't. When she gets stronger, you can't hurt her in that form, by the way. Oh God, crap! I knew about those attacks, but I was like, I was trying to. I didn't. I thought I could block him basically, but I guess you can't. Yeah, every time she does that form, she does something new, like either it be lightning or whatever. So I might speed up this final bit again because you don't want to see me just blocking your attacks every other second. So what I'm gonna do now, I know I might add in commentary, I might not, but what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna speed up the fight till I get to a part where I die. I probably shouldn't even die there. I probably would have been able to easily avoid that, but oh well. But anyway, I'll let my battle of attrition where I block the attack go on from there. So I'll see you when we get to a new part of her attack strategy at this point. So, yay! What fun, viewers! What fun indeed. Okay, we're back at this part. So yeah, you just have to avoid him. I was kind of being dumb when it came to like, basically what I was afraid she was gonna like throw her sword at me, and then, you know, and then I'd be like, uh-oh, I'm gonna get crit or something like that, you know, that type of thing. I think I can get a little bit closer. Ah, crap. Okay, good. She didn't hit me with the spell. I'm trying to get close enough where maybe she'll start attacking me again instead of using her spell. She keeps wanting to keep hitting me with lightning. It might be a case she's out. Crap. It might be a case she's just throwing a weapon at me now, or for this final little bit. I wonder if I can go into melee at this point. Uh-oh. Yeah, I gotta be very careful about like paying attention to like how much damage I'm taking and everything like that. So, is she gonna throw her? I keep feeling she's gonna throw her weapon at me at some point again. Oops, I didn't actually mean to do that. At least her lightning doesn't do that much damage. I might have her soon. Yeah, just magic missile the crap out of her. Go, magic missile!
And so it has come to pass that I shall die twice. And this second time shall be the last. The tower will not hold. You must leave this place. I ask your forgiveness. I let anger cloud my vision. I harmed those who had sworn to serve me. In all these things, great harm has been done. Let Baldur's Gate have its peace. I shall not rise again to challenge it, though it will doubtless need others such as you to defend it from others that wish it harm. Now, leave me to die. This tower shall be my tomb.
Uh-oh, looks like this place is collapsing. We gotta get the heck out of here! Yeah, I can't believe you just beat her by magic missile to death. Alright, let's get through this portal and see the end of the game. Portal and see the end of the game.
In the flash of the portal's light, Eldrith's tower was no more. Lightning rained upon the tower, and flames as if from within. And thus, in a storm of fire and lightning, Eldrith died her second death. But it was all part of a much larger design.
It is done. Eldrith is undone. And her threat to us and our plans has been ended. And the Harper that defeated her, killed. Now we may continue without interference, Master.
Where did the portal lead? It led to a far distant land, far from Baldur's Gate, far from the Sunset Mountains, far from the Marsh of Chalimber, and far from safety. But that is a tale for another time.
And Baldur's Gate Dark Alliance. Man, what a game. Dark Alliance. Man, what a game. Yeah, we don't... I'm trying to remember if we, even in Baldur's Gate 2, if we actually find out what happens to the heroes of the first game. I think there's reference to them, but I'm trying to review... Actually, oh, Chris Avalon designed this, huh? But yeah, that's it for Dark Alliance. So after you beat Eldrith, we get teleported somewhere, and the evil villains who actually eviled are, you know, will be stopped by another group of heroes in the second game. But that won't be until the second game if I decide to play that one. I'll admit, it's been forever since I played the second one. I don't remember that as much as the first one, just because it's been so long since I played that one. But man, what a game. I enjoyed it quite immensely. It was nice going back after all this time. A bit of an anticlimactic boss when you think about like how you beat her, but I kind of had to do it because of my character build. Yeah, I wanted that's why it was basically the main reason why I got the blade for, was to help fight her at the end of it. But it was still doing damage, but because of how much resistance she has on hard mode, I had to resort to magic missiles. Oh, there's some of the voice actors. Yeah, Jim Cummings, of course. Jennifer Hale. I thought Jennifer Hale was in this. Let's see. John Rhys Davies was in the game. I thought I heard his voice. Yeah, Tony J. Huh. But yeah, I thought I heard John Rhys Davies' voice, but I wasn't sure. Huh. Yeah, I guess that guy did quite a bit of voice acting in the late 90s, early 2000s, because there's quite a few games with him. But I heard he wasn't the biggest fan of doing voiceovers, even though he'd still do them anyway, because... Anyway. But yeah, what a great hack and slash action game. I definitely enjoyed this a lot more, and I know I might be caught back here, but at least by the time this game came out, I think this video, I'm not sure. I think I just posted my final thoughts on Dark Alliance, just Dungeons and Dragons Dark Alliance, and although that game was okay, I found it okay overall, but I didn't want to play it again. But I don't know why. I found this game a lot more enjoyable. Maybe it's just because I was playing it harder mode. Maybe just nostalgia. Maybe just the you know, the interaction with the story and the characters, you know, and all that. But yeah, I found myself enjoying it. Yeah, I got frustrated a few times, but that's because I was playing hard mode. I mean, that's just how it is. But and would this been a totally different experience if I played like the archer or the fighter? Definitely, especially the fighter. And there's some of the special things too, but yeah, too bad Interplay's still not around. And they did want to make a third game, but it never came to it. So I don't, since it's been a while since I played the second game, I don't remember how that one ends too much. So I wonder if it ended up on another cliffhanger and you're like, oh man, and we never got to see the end of it. I hope not. I hope there was at least some conclusion in the second game. But yeah, that's it for Baldur's Gate Dark Alliance. The clients are very short for what it is, despite all the work that went into the game. Not like today, where a lot of modern game credits seem to take for frickin' ever because there's like a million like graphic designers for everything. A lot more simpler times for a game based off the D&D franchise, Forgotten Realms. Definitely one of the better instances into it, because there's been, I mean, yeah, this does get overshadowed by like the Baldur's Gate in general. Those are like one of the more famous play those, but man, those would take a long time to play. Let me tell you, those are long. Take a long time to play. Let me tell you, those are long games. But maybe sometime in the future, when it gets down to it. But I hope you all enjoyed my playthrough of this game. I know there's some frustrating parts when I died multiple times and kept some of that in. Sometimes I cut it out. I got better at cutting out later on, or finding ways to still explore something without like showing it off, and everything like that. So, but I still enjoyed this game despite the boss being just spammed to death with. But you could kind of say that with everything. So, yeah, I liked the music in the game. I thought the story was just good enough to get you invested to go. Nothing like groundbreaking worthy, especially the whole thing with Eldrith. That had to kind of be explained to you at the very end of the game, not pieced along over the course of the story, other than there being some manipulators and stuff like that. But yeah, the story was, I liked it. I like the characters. A lot of characters, especially with the unique animations in it and stuff like that. I guess I could run the credits again while it does that. So, but yeah, I like all the unique animations they had when they were talking. They just didn't stand there and move their mouths. They were actually moving around, waving their arms, stuff like that. It seemed like they reacted to certain lines of dialogue. That brought me into the world, especially the beginning of the game, like how it sets out, you know, getting knocked out. And then the tavern and everything like that. And it built up gradually to small creatures or encounters to bigger. You know, I thought it was a good exponential growth from like typical no rhyme and reason to it. That's just how no rhyme and reason to it. That's just how games go like that. The difficulty and the combat and stuff like that. And I thought the different fighting, the way you could like customize your character in different ways. Sure, if you choose like the sorcerers, you kind of should focus more on magic and maybe carrying a lot of rejuvenation potions to keep casting your spells. I probably could have done a better job, like maybe learning more spells to show you off all the big things, but I'm going to do that later in a bonus episode. I'm going to show like all the character interactions and how to do things, and show off some of the extra stuff you get for beating the game in general, because you do unlock some stuff for doing that. Yeah, like just like the 3 different characters give you enough of a gameplay change to have your play style. Obviously, the ability to have anyone come in at any time, because you could start a single player game and then just add a player. Like if a second player wanted to bring in a new character, or if they want to import a character from another game, easy peasy. And then if the player's in there the next time, you can just drop them from the thing and keep playing normally. So it was easy, drop in, drop out, co-op back in the day. Sure, it had to be couch co-op, but still, you know, that's how we were back in the late 90s, early 2000s. We didn't have a lot of the internet stuff. It was just kind of starting to become a thing, you know, back in the day. And yeah, I just like the animations in the game. I liked how they used all these different creatures, ones that may have not been used very much in D&D, and others the common ones. And I don't know, frustrations I had. And like I said, once again, I hope you enjoyed it. So in the bonus content of D&D, I'll show off the Gauntlet mode, a secret hidden character, a very popular hidden character, if you haven't already figured out who it is, and just showing off the abilities of the other characters I didn't show the first time. So thanks for watching this playthrough, and I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next game.